Baby, I love it when you're talking dirty to me. You got me so excited, and I really wanna please you, boy. I just gotta feel you, boy. It's driving me insane, and I need a consequence. So come and get your sugar. 'Cause when we're alone, it's for real, ain't no joking. And I love the little thing that you do. Love it when you make me say, ooh, 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 ooh.
Sugar, you know what I want. Sugar, you know what I need. That's right. Sugar, you know how to make a man feel good, girl. Sugar, tell me what it is that makes you so genuine. When you take your clothes off, sugar, you're so damn fine. Sugar, can I have a day? Sugar, it'll be right. Don't make it tonight. Don't share your love with me. Sugar, can I have a love? Sugar, listen to this song. You can give your love to me tonight. Sugar, you know you ain't certain special quality. The way you make your body shake, it make that bad boom like it away. Oh girl, I got a funny feeling. I know that you're willing to make sweet love to me. I want you to this is my fantasy. Yeah. Baby, you do me. Baby, I do you. We can start with you on top. We can start with you on top. Up on top of you. Baby, won't. Let me got to cry. Like brother said, sugar. They say, sugar, it'll be right. Don't make sugar. Sugar, listen to this song. Give your love to me tonight.
Baby, I love it when you're talking dirty to me. You got me so excited, and I really wanna please you, boy. I just gotta feel you, boy. It's driving me insane, and I need a consequence. So come and get your sugar. 'Cause when we're alone, it's for real, and I'm joking. And I love the little thing that you do. Love it when you make me say, ooh, 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 ooh.
Sugar, can I have a day? It'll be right. Don't wait till every little thing to make life clean and bright. Can I have a little? Listen to this song.
All right, it is After Hours with Max. We will be talking about romance tonight. You know, that little thing that a lot of brothers today forgot all about. It's kind of important, especially when so many of you are complaining that you don't get any pussy. Okay? Romance can really help out with that. Well, before we get started, I just want to welcome everybody to the After Hours with Max, second installment. We have a little late start this time, because I had a previous show to do that just finished up about maybe a little more than an hour or so ago. But After Hours isn't a very long stream. The most I may go is 2 hours, hour and a half, 2 hours. So anyway, what's going on? Let's talk a little bit about relationships. See, here in the After Hours, we take this time to try to get closer to one another, men and women. We talk about relations, intimate relations. Now, people have hit me up, or people have sent me emails saying, Max, you're simping, you're doing it. Let me tell you something about you guys with the simping, all you red pill guys, okay? How about you take a long walk off of a short cliff? How about you do that? Okay? Leave me the fuck alone. Mind your goddamn business. Do you. I'm doing me. I don't worry about what you do. You don't worry about what I do. Okay? In short, fuck you. Anyway, now with that being said, let's get back to, and they're hating really, really bad on this channel, period. They can't stand this channel. Okay? So, they don't want anybody doing anything good for black people, especially black women. It's a shame that we have black men who are hell-bent on destroying anything good when it comes down to black women. You know, but that's the kind of time that we live in. I come from a different time where we weren't like that. That's the way it is now. But anyway, like I said, you corny niggas who are running around here can't get any pussy, talking about what a woman is doing sexually with other men. Grand rising. And you can't get any pussy. Well, one thing I never hear you guys talk about, I hear you guys do a lot of complaining, but I never hear you talk about romance. Romance is kind of important. Women love romance. Okay? From the very time that they can understand it up until the day they become old women, they love romance. Women like candy. I mean, even if the woman is 90 years old, she'll still love candy. You know? See, one of the things I found out growing up, you associate sweetness with women. Usually if it's sweet, they'll like it. So, romance. What is romance? Romance is, Wanda Harris is there, she's sleeping listening. Shout out to Wanda Harris, my strong peoples. Romance is something that is extremely important between a man and a woman, especially if you're trying to court a woman. Okay, you want to be dapper, you want to be eloquent. You know, you want to get her excited about you. You want her to fall in love with you, right? Then you have to make things dreamy for her. You have to make things exciting for her. You have to build that excitement in her mind that she can't wait to see you. She can't wait to be with you. See, this doesn't happen if you're some kind of dry shirt. You're always running your damn mouth about black female fuckery and other kinds of shit. That's not romantic. You know. So here's a tip for a lot of you incels who can't seem to get any pussy because you're awkward and don't have any personality. You know, get yourself a suit or something like that. Nice. Get yourself a haircut. You know, go pick up some flowers or something, some candy. Start old school first. Start with the little stuff before you work your way up to the big romance. You got to start with the little romance first because you need experience. If you've never done any romance before, it's your first time. You start with the little things like flowers and candy, okay? And see how that works first, okay? And when you walk with the woman, put your arm around her waist. Make her feel secure. Always walk with her on the most protected side of your body. Women pay attention to that. Make them feel cozy, make them feel protected. Never walk with a woman on the outside of your body, which is towards the street. Okay? That sends a different message to the woman's head. Always walk with her on the most inside, the protective side of your body. Makes her feel comfortable. Little things like that makes her feel comfortable. And it makes her want to be around you. Go to a nice restaurant. It don't have to be expensive, but go somewhere where, you know, the atmosphere is an atmosphere for couples, right? Where the lighting isn't so bright. There's a little bit of music, not just any kind of music, slow music. Notice the song that I played, Sugar Sugar, right? Oh, but after hours, we do play music. You know, what I do is on after hours, I talk a little bit and then I'll go to a break, play some music, and then I'll come back and finish talking and then I'll go back on a break. I usually play like 2 songs so far. I might do 3 tonight, I don't know. But do things with her when you go out. Don't just go to dinner and just eat and get it over with. Turn the night into some kind of event. You see, romance don't always have to be in slow motion. Okay? It doesn't always have to be in slow motion. It doesn't have to be you taking one step at a time, you know, in slow motion, doing things to, well, I'll put it like this here. Say if you take your girl out, right? You go to a nice restaurant, you eat, you're talking. Talking is cool, but you don't want to talk too much, okay? So go by the wishing well. If you got a wishing well, walk with her hand in hand, right? Remember, on the protective side of your body. Never walk with a woman that you care about or someone that you're trying to court on the outside of your body. Never do that, okay? So go by a wishing well. Make a wish. See, women love doing corny things like that. It means something to them. Understand that women are very sentimental, okay? Even though we are not, they are. They're very sentimental about pictures, okay? So do some of the corny things with them. It means something to them. And when you're doing it, don't do it like you just can't wait to get it over with. Even if you don't like it, act like you do. Make her smile, okay? We're making sense when you're being very genuine. If they know you don't like something, but you're doing it because of them, that can score you some serious points, right? So do the wishing well thing. Make your outings count. You know, be with her as if, you know, the time that you have with her is precious, right? Hold her hand. Take a walk with her. Look up to the sky and talk. You know, turn it into like an odyssey. Make her feel like she's in some kind of romantic world with. Bring this picture into fruition. And you'll see that she'll start to warm up to you. You know, she'll start to pay more attention to you. She'll probably say, well, there's more to the sky than meets the eye. Romance isn't something that comes name brand. You don't buy romance. It's something that you do. It's just simply not being boring, not being a drag, you know, not being so stiff to the point where you just want to go out on a date, get it over with, go to the house and do your business. With no romance, with no, women love gifts. I don't even care if it's trinkets. Remember, they're very sentimental. If you're going to get a woman a cheap gift, right? Get like the best cheap gift you can get. Don't go to the bubble gum machine and throw in a couple of quarters where they get the bubble gum and there's a prize inside. Don't do that. Don't go get a box of Cracker Jacks and take the prize out. You got a ring or some shit. Or a box of cereal with a ring in it. Don't do that. Go to like a discount store or something, if that's what your budget is. Go to the discount store, right? And get something that she can use, you know? Cheap jewelry, don't do that. Don't play yourself like that. Don't ever get a woman cheap jewelry. Don't even do it. When it comes down to cheap, you want to think more along the lines of getting something that she can use, okay? Say you only got a few dollars on you, but you want to get her something, maybe $25 or $30 or $40, right? So you listen to the conversation. Pay attention on things she likes. What if she likes to drink coffee? What if she's a coffee drinker, right? Get her a coffee maker. They're very inexpensive. They're cheap. That's something she can use. Like I said, if you're going to do cheap, make sure it's something she can use. Because now you turn that cheap product into a quality product because it's something that she can use. Stay away from the costume, fake jewelry. Do not play yourself. Okay? When it comes down to jewelry, jewelry is serious business with women. You know, you can get her a gold ring, make sure that shit is real. Okay? Do not get her any fake gold anything. Okay? But do the extra thing. Not a lot, but go to places like boardwalks or anywhere that has like a romantic backdrop. You know, like sitting on the boardwalk at night and looking over the sea and you see the city in the background. And while you're sitting there on the back on the boardwalk, crack open some wine or champagne. Bring 2 glasses with you. Be a magician, right? Come out of nowhere with 2 champagne glasses and a bottle of champagne. Now, how you're going to do that? I don't know. It's up to you to figure it out. We all have our clever ways. Surprise her with 2 wine glasses or champagne glasses. Then you come out of nowhere with this bottle, this box, open it up. Got a bottle of champagne in there while you're sitting on the boardwalk, pouring yourselves 2 drinks. This is romantic. Like I said, romantic doesn't have to be in slow motion all the time. Sometimes it does depend on if you're touching her, right? You definitely want to be in slow motion for that. But some parts of romance you can work in real time at real speed, right? So you're on a boardwalk and you do the magician thing with the bottle of champagne and 2 champagne glasses. See, when you can do things like that out of nowhere, okay, it dazzles the woman, okay? Women love being entertained. Make them smile. Let me tell you something. Make laughter and smiling is very, very important. You want to make them laugh. You want to make them smile. I say smiling more than anything because when they smile, that means they feel something inside. Okay, so you want to keep those pearly whites showing. Keep earning those points. You understand what I'm saying? You definitely want to make your woman smile. You want to make her laugh. If you pull off a magic trick like pulling 2 champagne glasses out of nowhere with a bottle of champagne while you're sitting under the moonlight of the boardwalk overlooking the sea with a city in the backdrop. That's cooking with gas, partner. That will make her smile. That will make her laugh. And of course, she's like, where did you get that bottle from? How did you do that? They love being entertained. See, all of this is a part of romance. Okay? Now, yourselves, this is not a game. This is reality. Okay? I'm not here to tell you a bunch of BS. It's going to help you take the woman to bed and don't earn it. You have to earn going to bed with a woman. Hold on one second here. Let me get my next selection ready. Get my next selection. I'm almost ready for my quick interlude. That's what we do here on the Overdrive. I talk for a little while, then we go to a music interlude. Now, that's the first part of romance, okay? I'm about to take a music break, and I'll be back with the last part of the romance, and then we'll take it from there. Enjoy this selection from my main man, Cam. I'll be back. You're listening to After Hours with Max.
Back to you. Lay it all on the line. This ain't nothing left to lose. Talking about the love of a lifetime. If we pride ourselves in love, we can believe our lives. Baby, love is on the run. Girl, don't you know that you can't hide? I need you beside me. Hear me when I say, girl, you're on my mind. You're on my mind. On my mind, on my mind, on my mind. You're on my mind. You're on my mind. On my mind, on my mind, on my mind. You're on my mind.
Oh, come on, man. I knew you were sitting over here all messed up. But I told y'all I didn't want to be in the first place. And what's that for? Don't worry about what that's for. That's for us, all right? They're going to get dressed, man, so we go to the spot. I'll be down in a minute. Hey, don't wear the skinny ass tights of the jeans either. I got to keep an eye on tight, brother. Last time you more about the church station.
And I mean it, girl. I ain't too proud to be. When the feeling starts to burn, gotta get you out my head. Can we try to see the light of a brand new day? Love will always win the fight. Come rescue me tonight, girl. We can find our way, babe. But I need your loving, girl. Baby, hear me when I say, girl. Hey, yeah. Girl, you're on my mind, on my mind. You're on my mind. Girl, baby, every hour, every minute, baby. Girl, you're on my mind, baby. And I need you here in my life. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, girl. Alright, come rescue me tonight. Yeah. When the feeling starts to bear, babe, I gotta get you out my head. Oh.
All right. That was my main man, Kim, with You Are On My Mind. So, where were we? We were talking about romance. And me in the middle of giving some of these corny incels some pointers that may help them out so they can stop crying and whining about not being able to get a woman. Again, so what did we cover? Okay, we covered costume jewelry. That is a no-no. Don't play with women when it comes to jewelry. Trust me. When it comes to jewelry, you want to be serious business when you're dealing with a woman. Like I said, you want to get a cheap gift, then make it a gift that they can use. Okay? That would be more meaningful. Shout out to Joe Whitfield, Vonda Harris. Welcome to After Hours with Max. We are talking about romance. And now let's move to the next stage of the romance. Personal talent. Now remember, you want to be creative, okay? Go out with the woman like she means something to you. Remember, we talked about how to walk down the street with a woman, right? Never walk with her on the outside of your body. That is disrespectful. Always take a woman to the inside of your body. That, right, creates an aura of protection. And it makes her feel safer. Remember I told you, women don't say much when they're with you, but they pay attention to everything, okay? Never think a woman is not paying attention when you're out with her. So, personal talents. Can you do card tricks? Can you tap dance? Can you sing? Can you rap? Can you play the congas? Can you swing on a tree? Can you do jumping jacks, backflips? Whatever you can do. Use it to your romantic advantage. When you want to wow her as much as possible. I recommend singing. If you can sing, man, you got it made. Talk about laying a woman out and sweeping her off her feet. Nothing does it more than a well-sung ballad, right? So you can belt out a few tunes, do it. Don't just belt out any tune. Belt out something slow and romantic. And while you're doing it, hold her hand, right? Put your arm around her waist and slowly turn her around in a circle. See, you want to create this air of mysticism and mystery and odyssey all at the same time. You want her to feel like she's in a dream standing up, right? And that the dream ends when she's no longer in your arms. So if the dream is something that she likes, then she'll stay in your arms as long as possible to keep the dream from not ending. See? So you have to be a little creative. If you're a magician, you can do card tricks. Power. Do something stunning, right? To take her aback, okay? She goes, wow, I can't believe you did that. Then that's your chance to move in. Always understand something. Women are very affectionate, but don't be too pushy. Okay? Take it slow. Let them dictate the pace. Okay? See, what you're really looking for when you're sweeping her off her feet or wowing her or whatever, what you're really looking for is for her to lay hands on you. Okay? When they start laying hands on you, there you go, partner. It's up to you to fuck it up from there on out. Don't fuck it up. Now, dinner, right? If you are a good guy at romancing a woman, you can take her almost anywhere. If you have her mind captivated, hell, if her mind is captivated, you can take her to White Castle. You wouldn't give a fuck as long as she's with you. So there's many ways to make a kitten purr. So you don't always have to pet a kitten to make it purr. You can just prepare a space where the kitten can go to feel wanted and warm, and it'll start purring too. So if you can captivate her mind and her heart briefly, and she's very interested in you like that, I don't give a damn where. You can take her to a cookout. You can take her to a motherfucker who got a grill on the street. He wouldn't give a shit as long as she's with you. Do your ear cells hear what I'm saying to you? Do you hear the words that are coming out of my mouth? She wouldn't give a fuck where you went as long as she's with you. So you have to get her into that kind of mindset though. See, You gotta put in some work to get her into that kind of mentality. You don't just walk up and that mentality is there like that. You gotta work and get that. And you achieve that through romance. Something you cornballs out here don't seem to know anything about. You know why you don't know anything about it? Because you're arguing with women, you're fighting with women, you're calling them strags, when you should be studying and learning how to romance a woman. See, if you spend your time learning how to romance, you won't be arguing and fighting with her. See, if you corny, slewfoot, dragon motherfuckers learn some romance, you wouldn't be out here fighting and carrying on with it. So, when you're on a date with her, act like she means something to you, right? Now, we're going to go back over a few things before we get out of here for you incels. Walking down the street 101. Where do you place the woman when you walk down the street? Answer. On your most inner side. Never walk down the street with a woman that you care about on the outside of your body. That's disrespectful. Make sure she's on the inside. That creates an aura of protection that makes her feel more comfortable. Again, what did I tell you? Women don't say anything, but they pay attention to everything when they're out with you. Oh no, Nick, I was, the reason why I went to sleep earlier, because I wanted to do after hours tonight. This is my second installment. You know, it's where I talk about romance and relationships. And I play music in between some of my rants. Like, I don't rant for a very long time. I rant for about a good 3-4 minutes, and then I'll play some music. You know. Right now, I'm trying to help the incels with romance. And hopefully, if they learn something from listening to me, they will no longer be incels. You know, they'll become men. Men who know how to, men who will have some confidence with the opposite sex for a change. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, and so now, understand something. Every woman is different. That's why you have to pay attention to the woman that you're with and see what works and what don't work. Everything don't work. Okay, some things different. Some women don't react to flowers the same way another woman will. Some women don't react to candy. This is why you have to understand the type of woman that you're with and learn how to romance her. You got to take your time. You have to listen. But some of the universal things, oh, they'll just, see, I can't pay it. Let me stop paying attention to the chat. So anyway, and so you have to learn the woman that you're with, right? And getting back to what I was saying, so the boardwalk thing was pretty cool. Now, going towards the end of the date, right? Well, what do you want to do on the way home? Taking the woman home, especially if it's the first day, right? The thing that you want to hear from her is that she had a great time, right? Well, if she's telling you she had a great time, then you really didn't do your job. That's not really what you want to hear. It's cool to hear that and all, but her telling you that she had a great time is no different than her going to a movie and being entertained by a nice movie. That's not what you really want to hear. What you want to hear is, When can I see you again? Will you call me tonight? What time will you have during the week? See, you want to hear stuff like that. See, when you hear stuff like that, that's when you done hit a home run on a romance tip. That's how you know you hit home runs. Hearing she had a nice time, yeah, that's good and all, but you know, it's not really in there like that. She can have a good time going to a movie theater. You know what I'm saying? What you want to hear is, when the next time we're going out, or can I call you? When will you call me? Or what kind of time will you have? Or she tells you, I'll be free on Wednesday. That'd be a good time for us to meet again. You see, when she's asking you, okay, about what your time is, that's when you hit a home run in the romance department. Now, understand something too, right? If there's something about the woman that you don't like, right, when you meet her, there's something about her that you don't like, do not waste your time romancing her. Do not court her. It's not fair to you, it's not fair to her. Only invest your time in women you like, women that look pleasant to you, women that you feel certain kinds of intimacy with. Invest your time in that. Do not invest your time in a woman that is not compatible with you, or there's something about it you don't like, and you're just thinking with your penis. Don't do that. You're gonna get yourself in a lot of trouble. Invest your time where you're looking to get a return off of your investment. So I'm going to open up the panel for about a good, half an hour. We do have panels. Okay, hold on one second here. If anybody want to come up here and kick it with me on a romance tip, talk to me, ask me questions. We're gonna play a little music. I'm going to open up the panel. There's the panel. It's open. Then let me play another selection here. I want you guys to enjoy this selection by one of my favorite neo soul artists. You heard me play her before. So, like I said, we don't really stay too long on the after hours. After hours is just about me talking a little bit about romance, you know. But anyway, enjoy this song here by one of my favorite artists, Mesa.
Feel me. I want to feel the fire. Yeah. Feel me. I want to feel you. And if I should lose your love for any reason at all, then let my record show that I gave you all the love I know. Something that you told me stayed in my head all night long. You wanted me to love you when you said, softly reach out and touch me. My love is in your hands. All you got to do, baby, feel me. All you gotta do, baby, I want to feel the fire. Yeah. Feel me, baby. I want to feel you, baby. Oh, and if I should lose your love for any reason at all, then let my record show that I gave you all the love I know. All the love I know.
All right, that was one of my favorite artists, Neo Soul, Mesa, with her rendition of Feel the Fire, sung by artists such as Stephanie Mills and Peebo Bryson. So everybody, I'm back. Welcome back to After Hours with Max. Tonight we're talking romance, and I have a guest on the panel. One of my strong peoples, Urban Nation member, Simply Unique. What's going on, Nick?
Going on, Max. You are really laying on that quiet storm voice.
Yeah, you know, remember, that's right, you from New York. So you remember WBLS, The Quiet Storm, and Frankie Crocker?
Of course.
Yeah, that's what I'm inspired by. Kind of like, and I'm trying to help out these incels, okay? All of this yelling and screaming and fighting with women is unnecessary. Just learn some romance.
It is unnecessary, but they have this idea that, you know, you could just beat women into submission. You shouldn't have to do anything extra. You shouldn't have to go above and beyond, or you shouldn't even make an effort, not even going above and beyond. You shouldn't do anything. Women should just be falling at your feet just because you are a man.
Right. It's like, you know, these guys, all I hear is complaining, right? I never hear anything about romance. It's like I tell these guys, listen, man, there's nothing like making a woman feel like she's in a dream, okay? And that dream can only continue if she's in your arms. So if you get her to a state of mind like that, right, then she'll fall into your arms, never wanting the dream to end. Okay, so to do that, you have to do some things. You have to show her that she means something to you. She means something to you intimately, right?
Right.
Like little things like romance is not just something that you do on the spur of the moment. It's something that you carry out throughout the relationship. It's little
Exactly.
things, right? It's little things such as walking down the street with her on the most inner protective side of your body, right? Rather than walking with her on the outside. A lot of women pay attention to that. Some women don't know what that means, but a lot of women do. And it's like I said before, right? Use what you have, okay? To make her laugh, to make her smile. Romance doesn't have to be in slow motion all the time. You know, it can be a spur of the moment thing, it can be spontaneous, okay? Because it's always the excitement and the thought, okay, is what really gets the woman. That's what makes her smile, the unexpectedness of you going out of your way to do something just to make her feel a certain way. This is what sparks that feeling of wanting to be with you all the time. Because like I said just now, if at the end of the day and she's saying, I had a good time, that's no different than going to a movie. What you want to hear is, when are we going out again? When can I call you? You know, I'm free on Thursday or Friday. Can you come by? See, when she start talking like that, that's when you know you hit a home run.
Right. Right. That's right. Because if a woman is like truly interested, she's gonna make it known. You won't have to guess. You won't have to wonder about it. It's gonna be obvious.
Trying to coach these guys like, you don't have a woman simply because you don't want to work a little bit. Okay, relationships take work. You know, you don't just get a woman and say, okay, let's do this and let's do that. I understand that's the stupidity that they hear from guys like the old man and other things like that, but it doesn't work like that in real life. You got to put a little work in.
Right. And I think what I've noticed, particularly on the woman side of things, is a lot of us that grew up with the whole Disney ideology, right? That you're just gonna find this Prince Charming, or the Prince Charming is gonna find you and sweep you off your feet, and you're gonna go off like Cinderella and live in a castle happily ever after. I think
Mm.
the same type of thing has happened for men. That you think you're gonna get into a relationship and it's just gonna be perfect, and the first sign of any trouble, they're ready to hightail it out of there. But it doesn't work like that. You're gonna have ups and downs in a relationship, and sometimes it can get pretty bad. But you have to have resiliency to stick through.
You know, when I was growing up, right, we were into the courting process, or we were taught the courting process. And during the courting process, you had to earn the woman's attention. It was called, we called it at the time, winning her heart, right? You had to win her heart, okay? So you had to compete for her affection and her time and notoriety. So we had more clever ways of going about things. Like I talked about being on a boardwalk at night, right?
Uh-huh.
At night, overlooking the ocean with the New York City in the backdrop. And then out of nowhere, pulling out two champagne glasses and a bottle of champagne. Somehow sneaking that by her as a startle her or surprise her to make her think you're a magician. You see, these things women think are cute, okay? And when you can captivate their mind like that, they start to warm up to you because they see that you're making an effort, okay, to show them the best time possible. It's all about consideration too, Okay, when a man goes out of his way to try to make a woman smile, women notice that. They appreciate that. And that's another thing that makes them warm up to you, your effort and the things that you put into your effort,
Right.
you know. And I also talked about costume jewelry. I told them stay away from costume jewelry. Never give a woman fake jewelry. Never do that. That's disrespect. If you're going to get it, if you don't have enough for an expensive whatever, then get what your money can afford, but make sure it's real. Because
Well,
that means something.
it's certain costume jewelry that people can that a guy can give a woman and she won't feel no way about it. But that's like the designer jewelry. So if you
Mhm.
get like a Chanel, a pair of Chanel earrings, they might not be real gold or whatever, but because they're that designer name, a woman is not going to complain about that.
Well, that might be this new school stuff. I'm old school. You know, I come from the old town. We like the real thing, you know, because it really meant something back then. If you got it, even if it was a 14 karat gold ring, right, which is really the cheapest out of the rings as far as gold is concerned, right? Um, just make sure it's real. I think it sends a message, you know, and then also uh, women are, you know, being sentimental. You know, guys have to understand that women are more sentimental than we are. So a lot of the corny things that you do with them mean something to them. They may be corny to us, but they mean something to them. You know,
Right,
like
that's true.
the first, yeah, like taking the first picture somewhere. You know, going to a wishing well or being the first kiss or the first hug or something like that. You guys remember all this stuff. You know, guys, we don't kid in the back. But like if you ask us, give me our first kiss under nah, I can't remember. We don't think about that, but y'all do. I mean, y'all be coming with maybe 20 years later. Remember the first kiss under the so and so over by Mr. Dow's around the corner from the pizza shop? You like what? You be like, who? You know,
Yeah, that's true.
y'all, yeah, y'all be running it down. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you're like, yeah, I remember when you did that. Like, I did do that, but that was a long time ago. It's like, but
And some of us can get real specific, like, yeah, it was 12:07 in the
exactly.
morning, you know, remember? And the bus
Now,
went by and it had the ad on the side that said, every kiss begins with K. Like, we can get pretty ridiculous with it.
let me ask you a question. What do you think about men giving other men or teaching other men how to give women?
I mean,
And what,
I think it's
and what,
fine as long as that man knows how to get women. I mean, if you got some bum out here that no one's interested in trying to give you dating advice.
see, I kind of, do you guys ever think about this though? You take a guy like Alpha Male Strategies, right?
uh,
He seems to have a lot of knowledge. Do you ever wonder that, well, he's been with a lot of women, so is he teaching these guys to be with a lot of women, or is he teaching them to be with one woman? You know what I'm saying? Like, because there's
I do
different
wonder
styles.
about that, but a lot of them make it plain, like what their whole, ideology is. So, you got some guys out there that's like, you need to get as many women as you can, like pretty much just be a male whore, and they're pretty, beat a mat.
Yeah, that's some single guys. You know, the guys who don't do good with relationships because they're awkward or they have some kind of problem, either mentally or they have a irregular testosterone level where they're oversexed all the time, and they feel that they can't be faithful to women. You know, guys such as myself, who's been married for a long time, we tend to be more romantic. You know what I'm saying? Because we've been married for a long time. We know romance works. I mean, it got us to these long-term marriages. For crying out loud, right? So it works. So we tend to be, when we give our advice, it tend to be more on the romantic side of things. We don't really do the fast-paced single guy shit, like alpha male strategy. So that's that single man shit. You know what I'm saying? If women are looking for a lasting relationship, guys like myself are more the ones to lend an ear to, because we have successful long-term relationships and we are extremely romantic. But if you just want to hit it and quit it, you know, and try to pick your way through, do you listen to a guy like Alpha Male Strategies? That's what I'm saying. If you just want to hit it and quit it and keep on moving. So,
Right. I never understood why anyone would listen to anybody, whether male or female, about relationship advice if they're not in a successful relationship.
well, I mean, I take that with a grain of salt because they could teach you what not to do.
That's true.
You know, they can tell you, well, this is why, how am I? I think those people who do that, I think they hurt themselves by trying to talk about success. They need to talk about the failure.
Right. Yeah. And that would be the difference if they actually took that approach. Like, I tried this, it didn't work for me. I tried this, it didn't work. You know,
Mm-hmm.
maybe you should stay away from doing stuff like this.
Exactly.
That would be different. But most of these people are like, no, you need to behave this way and you need to carry
No,
yourself like this. And this is what you should do when you go out. Like, why hasn't that worked for you?
right. It didn't work for him, right? So exactly. So you get yourself in trouble that way. If your marriage failed, then talk about the failure. That's honesty. Say, look, my marriage didn't work out because this happened and that happened. I did this when I should have did that. I didn't do this when I should have did that. Okay, and so people are going to listen to you because you're being honest, and then they can probably say to myself, well, what about this relationship? This relationship that's similar to mine. His failed, his mine's going to fail. People will listen. People will
Right.
come running over there listening. You know what I'm saying? They will run over there, you know, but they sell themselves short. I think the young sister, McCall, whatever her name was, I think that's why she got so much feedback, so much flack, because she's no longer married or something like that. She's giving all this marriage advice and stuff. That's why she got so much pushback.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that is. I don't follow too many of those relationship advice people.
Yeah, she talks about relationships and women being more feminine to attract men. That's her whole gig, you know. Femininity is her whole thing.
Oh, okay.
And she was married for 10 years. She's no longer married now, I don't believe. But she got a lot of pushback because she wasn't married and stuff. And she was giving all this marriage advice. And people was like, hey, you're not even married. Okay, it didn't, you know, it was a thing for a while. You know?
I mean, but that does bring up an issue. Like, okay, your marriage didn't work out. Like, we don't need the whole rundown. But like you said, I think your approach should be, well, this is what happened with me. Because I think a lot of people have a hard time taking ownership in their part of a relationship breaking down. It's always the other person's fault. You very rarely get people to say, you know, I really messed up and this is what I did wrong. This is where we couldn't get along. This is where we couldn't compromise. You very rarely hear that it's all that person. And that's on both male and female ends.
Hmm. You know what? I think that people are at fault. I mean, the marriage didn't, or the relationship didn't break down for no reason.
Right.
Somebody's at fault.
Most of the time, both people are at fault. I mean, you do have your circumstances where one person could just mess up so bad that the other person feels like there's no hope. Like I can't continue after something tragic happens. But for the most part, breakdown happens on both ends. Like sometimes people grow apart. Sometimes people are just so stubborn they can't communicate with each other. Like most times, both parties play a part in the breakdown.
Yeah, but sometimes it's just one person.
Yeah, sometimes it is. I agree. That's what I said. Sometimes you do just have that one person who just does something that's just so terrible that the other person just can't get over it. They just can't continue after a serious mess up.
You know, what is the thing that's worse for a woman? Is it the fact that the guy cheated, or is it that he betrayed you, or the type of woman he was with? What is it? What is the worst thing?
I don't know. It's hard to quantify that. I think it's a combination of a lot of things. It's a betrayal. It's making me feel like I wasn't good enough. It's the whole like for women. I know women try to act differently now, but for most women, if you're in a serious relationship, most women see sex as like a real like emotional, like I'm emotionally connected to you. So if you're having sex with somebody else, you must be emotionally connected to them too.
Hmm.
That is a very hard for a woman to deal with. And that might not even be the case because we know we on the last stream, the stream that you left us to our own devices.
Mhm.
We started talking about sex at the end, and one of the guys in the chat was like, "Stop talking about us like we're a piece of meat. We have standards." And I put in the chat, "Please, a man will have sex with a hole in the wall if it's warm and wet."
No.
But my whole point, I was being funny, but the whole point is men really can have sex with people and have absolutely no feeling about them at all.
Really, that's true. For some
So, but it's
women,
different for a woman. So it's hard for us to comprehend that. Like, just because he has sex with somebody doesn't mean he loves them. It doesn't even mean he likes or respects them. That's why men can have sex with prostitutes.
it's pretty much, yeah, I'll agree with that. Well, yeah. Well, Nick, thanks for coming up. I'm going to shut it down and get some sleep. Thanks everybody for tuning into the After Hours. We are going to get on out of here. And I don't know, After Hours will probably be back. What's it? It's Wednesday.
Yeah, it's Wednesday morning.
Might be back Friday night. Can't do it. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. Peace. Talk to you
Peace.
next time on After Hours with Max.
that you told me stayed in my head all night long. You wanted me to love you when you said, softly reach out and touch me. My love is in your hands. Feel me. I want to feel the fire. Yeah. Feel me. I want to feel you. And if I should lose your love for any reason at all, then let my record show that I gave you all the lies I know. Something that you told me stayed in my head all night long. You wanted me to love you when you said, softly reach out and touch me. My love is in your hands. All you got to do, baby, feel me. All you got to do, baby, I want to feel the fire. Yeah, yeah, baby. I want to feel you, baby. Oh, and if I should lose your love for any reason at all, then let my record show that I gave you all the love I know. All the love I know. Give me love and devotion. Hey, stand the fire. All you gotta do, baby, don't try to play my emotions. All you gotta do, baby, my is feel me, oh yeah. Don't try to play with my emotions, yeah.